we got the splash screen set up, so now it's only a matter of setting up the title screen. In order to do that, there's multiple ways to set up this menu. We're going to use the simplest one. What we're going to do is we're going to define a touch area. So in order to do that in an easy way, we're going to load the title screen image in GIMP or any photo editing software that you may have, and we're going to use the guidelines to figure out an area in which if we touch or click with the mouse, we consider that to be the start menu. So let's grab the grid lines. So grab your guideline, here we go. Grab another one to delimit the X maximum. The same for the Y, so go ahead from the top. And we're going to use these guys to specify the X and Y of a rectangle and our width and height for a touch area. So in this case it's 132 for the X and we have 78 for the Y. Here we go. So let's go to our title screen. And let's declare a rectangle. So we're going to declare a rectangle. We're going to call it touch rectangle, simply to specify or get an idea what it does. And as we mentioned, 132 by 78. So now we need to figure out what the width of this rectangle is going to be. Now it starts at 132 and it ends at 374. So 132, 374. So now we can go ahead and specify the width. So 242, and for the height, we need to, once again, we go from 78 all the way to 152. So we have a height of 56. Now what we want to say is if there is a click and it happens to fall inside this area, then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the main game, because that means we have clicked on the start of our menu. So we want to get the mouse, we want to get the X and Y positions. So we want to see if that rectangle contains a point specified by the X and Y of the mouse, then we can consider that a click for now. Again, there's multiple ways to do this. For now, for this issue and this season, we're gonna go for the easiest way. In later issues, we might see more advanced ways of doing this. So again, don't forget about your namespaces. And what we want to do is, once again, get the FSM and change states. The state we want to change to is the main game state. So essentially, if you click on the start of our menu, we want to go start our game. So let's go back to our main game state. Let's get rid of all these exceptions so that we don't throw anything and we can actually run our game. We will continue working on the actual game state, the main game state, on future issues. For now, we're not going to do anything to it. We're going to leave it blank. Okay, so now let's take a moment and let's go ahead and hack a simple mouse pointer, simply so that you can see on your screen where your mouse is. Right now you're seeing it on my video simply because I have the mouse highlighted, but if you run your game you notice that you can't see your mouse pointer. So let's go ahead and quickly put together a simple mouse pointer so that we can keep track of a mouse. Here we're just getting a texture. The idea is that we want to get 1 pixel from one of our images and stretch it to be about 20 pixels and position it over the mouse position. So in this case we're building a rectangle whose X and Y are the mouse X and Y, and the width and height is going to be 20 pixels, and it's being taken from the image from a rectangle starting at 0,0 with 1 pixel height and 1 pixel width, color white, so we're not going to put any tint on it. And now if you're on your game you should see a black box where your mouse should be. Now we clicked, however we didn't get the desired effect, which you have seen the title menu. Let's see that again. We clicked, and as soon as we just hover over it, we didn't even click on the star and it took us to the main game. So clearly we know that it's failing on the title screen state, and that's one of the beauties of this approach, that you know exactly where your problem is. And if we pay close attention, we see that we forgot to check if the mouse left button is down. We were just checking for the X and Y positions. That means that at any point in time, as long as the X and the Y were on top of the touch area, it would mean that you were to transition. So let's go ahead and add the left click. So let's check for left click, and now if we run it one more time, we see that we can click on the splash screen, and if we hover over the start, nothing happens until we click. And right now we have clicked, and that does it for this issue. Thanks for watching.